So yesterday we bowled match play in trios. Qualifying went pretty well and we qualified fairly easily, had a good look, everything was feeling good. And then we got to match play and obviously it didn't go as we wanted. We lost all 3 games and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Most of it was my fault. I made some costly mistakes. I was bowling in the anchor positions for 2 of the 3 games, and I didn't make the shots in the 10th frame when I needed to. And game 2, I made some mistakes there too that cost us the matches. So it sucks. It's a hard situation to be in, and it sucks letting your teammates down. But you can't really do anything about it. It happens sometimes. Basically, the first game we bowled the US. They got out in front early with the front 6, I think they had. But we kept it close, and I had a chance to force them to strike by striking the 10th. I threw it a little bit firm and left it 2-8, so they just needed a spare, which sucked. But so that was the first loss. Second game, none of us had the greatest of looks, and I missed a 10 pin in the middle of the game. Then they missed a single pin, so we were only like 7 or 8 pins apart. Then Mick and Jesper doubled, so we cut out in front, and I made a small adjustment. I moved about a board left and wanted to make sure that I was nice and aggressive with the ball to make sure it cut through the pins. I thought I threw a pretty good shot, but it went through the face, left a 4-6, and then I looked at the scoreboard and figured out if I got 1, we would be up count. So went out and went for the 4 pin, missed it, and it was just one of those things where the spare ball just came off my hand a little weird, and all of a sudden you missed the spare. That sucked. Mick got all 3 in the 10th. U8, I think it was the U8 team we were bowling. They made the 4-9 in the 9th, struck into 10th, and we ended up losing by a pin. So if I make the 10 pin, we win. If I get the 4 pin out of the 4-6, we win. So again, that sucked. Last game, we had to win. We knew if we won our match and the US won their match, that it was going to be a 3-way tie for the second spot in the final, so we would be in a roll-off. We got off to a good start, but the other team kept with us and bowled well, so it didn't get down to the last match. We knew if we won and the US won, it was going to be a 3-way tie with a roll-off for the last spot in the top 8. So we got off to a good start. The other team kept with us, and we got into the 10th frame. I think they could strike out to beat us, but if I doubled into 10th, we would have a pretty good chance. And I went up, and I honestly got a little insecure after the last couple frames where it went wrong. I didn't want to get too slow and have it hook on me, because it seemed like every time I got a little slower and a little stronger in my release, it would overhook. So I felt like I was either gonna move quite a lot, which I didn't really want to, or I was gonna stay where it was and just try to throw a good shot. I stayed where it was. I was, looking back at it, I was probably a little hesitant of overhitting it and having it go high. So obviously I missed it. I left the 210, made the 210, but at that point it didn't really matter. All they needed was a spare to beat us. So I threw some bad shots at crucial times and could have won a couple of matches for us pretty easily, but it is what it is. It sucks. It sucks letting the other guys down, but it happens. I've had a lot of times where I've been able to step up, throw strikes when we needed to, make cuts or win gold medals or whatever. So you're gonna mess up sometimes, and unfortunately just happened to be this time, and yeah, so that was a little bit of a bad afternoon, but it is what it is. It happens. Looking forward to getting some redemption instead, going bowling well in the next few events and throwing a lot of strikes when we need to.